Alright, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 4-14, and we're going to relate addition and subtraction. That means we're going to talk about how addition and subtraction are very similar. This is going to have a lot to do with the triangle I keep talking about, and how three numbers are part of a family in a lot of ways, in multiplication, division, subtraction, addition. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about a triangle. Okay, I'm going to make this really simple, and I know I've talked about this with you recently, but if I go 3 plus 3 equals 6, if I were to do a triangle, I'd put the 6 up here, the 3 here, and the 3 here. This is where you need to take some notes. Okay? The number on the top would be the sum. Okay? That is when you take the addend and add it to the other addend. Okay? When you're down here, you add these two together. Whatever two numbers on the bottom, two addends. Okay? These two addends will equal the sum that's on top. If you want to do it the other way around, which is our relationship between addition and subtraction, you would take the sum, the number on top, and you would subtract one of the numbers on the bottom to equal the other number on the bottom, which is one of the addends to equal the other addend. If I go 6 over here minus this addend, it would equal that addend. If I go 6 minus this addend, it would equal that addend. Okay? So understand when there's two addends down low, you simply add them together to get the sum. If you have the sum and one addend, you just take the sum and you subtract the addend to get the other addend. I made this one easy with 3 plus 3 equals 6, but you'll definitely get some harder ones, which is okay because you want harder ones. So let me move this out of the way. And let's turn to the first page for today, which is page 245. It says there were 138 students in the gym for the assembly. Then 86 more students came in. How many students were in the gym altogether? Okay, if you had I know we've been working with subtraction, but if we had 138 students and more students came in, what do you think this would be? Would this be subtraction or addition? Because they want to know how many altogether. Whenever you hear altogether, it normally means you add them up. So we have 138 plus 86. Okay? If we were to have a triangle here, our family, it would be 138 is one addend, 86 is the other addend, and this would be the unknown variable. Remember, we've talked about variables. You could use any letter you want, really. So let's add it up. We have 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay? Group the 1 into the next tens. So we have 1 10 plus 3 tens plus 8 tens. That is 11, 12 tens. 12 tens really is 120, so there's another 100 in the group. So 1 and 1 equals 2. So our answer would be 224 students. Let's put 224 up top here and see if that works. Okay, this is where we start talking about that relationship between addition and subtraction. If I take 224 and I subtract 86, let's see what I get here. Well, I can't take 6 from 4. I'm going to go next door and ungroup the tens and take that 10 with my 1s to give me 14. 14 minus 6 equals 8. I can't take 8 from 1 and go to the hundreds, ungroup that to give me 10 tens, to add to my 1 10, give me 11 tens, and it gives me 11 minus 8 is 3, and I just have 1 by itself. Okay, I got an answer of 138. If you look at your triangle, 138 is the other addend. So if I went 224 minus 86, it would equal 138. Now let's go the other way. If I go 224 minus 138, hopefully all of you know what I should get is I should get 86. Let's see it. 4 minus 8 you can't. So I'm going to go next and ungroup that 10 to make it 110. Make it 14 ones. Gives me a 6. I can't take 3 from 1. We go ungroup the 100. Put 10 tens there. 11 minus 3 is 8. So I get 86. Notice that is the other addend. Okay? The point of understanding the relationship between addition and subtraction is you can check your work. So if you add it real quickly, then just move on, or if you subtract it real quickly and just move on, but you don't feel totally confident about it, then you might be like, Well, how can I find out if I'm right? Well, if you get this family together, this family can tell you that the sum's on top. Remember, the biggest number's on top, and then the add-ins down low. Okay? So if it was subtraction, one of the bigger numbers would be down here. I'm sorry, one of the two. If it was subtraction, the bigger number would still be up here, but you would be subtracting the add-ins. Okay, I'm sorry, the bigger number. It doesn't always have to be on top. Some people do it differently, but if you put the biggest number always on top, it helps you because it kind of points arrows down to the two lower numbers. I like making it on top. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Next one. There were 224 students in the gym for assembly. Now 86 students left. Okay, remember we're kind of going back to this family thing because it's similar to what we just asked. Remember 138 and 86 and 224. Remember we just did this? Okay, now it's doing it the other way for you. So there were 224 students. We're starting with the top. It says then 86 students left. How many students were in the gym? I want you to work them out. But really, if you look, and 86 is the other one of the add-ins, that means your answer is 138. Okay? I would love to have you draw the information there, but that's okay, because we just went over it actually. Okay, number 3, it says look at your addition, subtraction, and proof drawings from problems 1 and 2. How are the addition and subtraction related? Okay, how are the addition and subtraction related? Hopefully, you all said that they all kind of undo each other. Okay, we started with 138. We started with 138 plus 86 to give us 224, and then we took a 224 and we minus 86 to give us 138. So it's almost like a reverse. See, if I put this down at the bottom and put this number on top of it and then put that number on top, it makes that. So that's where the family falls in. So it's nothing crazy, but it does help you check your work. Okay, let's go to the next page. I'm not going to really help you much on here because I really want you to kind of work on this on your own. Actually, I'm just going to read through it with you and then just tell you to go. Number 4 says Marley had 275 baseball cards. Her brother gave her a collection of 448 baseball cards. How many does she have now? Okay. Hopefully you know what kind of problem that is, a subtraction or addition. Hopefully you know that. If you had 275 and someone gave you 448 more, then how many would you have? Number 5 says write a subtraction word problem related to the addition word problem in problem 1. So it tells you it's an addition word problem. So I don't need to give it away in secret. Okay, so it wants you to write a subtraction word problem. And for those of you like, what does that mean? Well, remember the triangle. We have 275 baseball cards and you added 448. So you're going to get an answer here once you add. Then remember to do a subtraction problem. You take that answer that you have here and you subtract one of the two add-ins to get the other add-in. Okay? And then you're going to do the same for 6 and 7. Alright, so we'll work on this again in a small group. It's a lot of content. I do think you all can do this. This is it's nothing different than we've been working on. It's just they're with story problems. Sometimes story problems are hard to understand. So take your time. You have good 6-7 minutes to work. So go ahead and go somewhere quietly to work.